candy. It's just like fine. I got a blue one. This is bad. It's a bad rate. About the load time on this game.
Oh, yeah.
Until my research is complete.
Beautiful.
I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals.
I forgot how itchy.
What about my thirst
Already
for
talking
blood?
like he's not immortal when he just became an immortal.
He literally crawled out of a grave, to be fair, and then shot himself. So I think he gets the right to complain.
I not want to make wait, Doctor. I've patients to attend.
Excuse me?
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead.
Don't want it to get
Now, where's the
infected.
hospital storeroom?
The storeroom?
Don't want it to get
Fat
infected.
chance.
No, no.
This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to
Go
be
to the
stored in
morgue.
the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
It's so fluffy. Easily distracted by fluffy cat. Stop. What is it? Give me that. No. How do I? Okay. There we go. How's my 82, 65, there. It's my common bludgeon. A note. Teal. Notes this patient has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even the use of the strongest sedatives, he affirms, regularly endures severe pain in the wounds. Flames are still burning my skin, he says. Could it indicate of persisting damage? Could be phantom pain manifesting as punishment for not dying with his comrades. Ooh. Have we talked to Ellen yet? What's that box over here? Oh, what is that box?
Thomas Elwood.
Damn. The pain.
Hey, Tom,
It's here again.
can we chat? One time. There.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
So you got no lips? Is that what's happening?
I think so. The real question, did he have lips before?
No.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
That's true, though.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
I like he looked at the camera. If you get my drift.
Yeah.
Who's treating you?
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Burning away. What's the real cause of your injury? Vampire power.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Why lie?
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Can't hide forever.
You know you can't hide forever. One day you'll have to face your loved ones. Until that day, you have no chance of real recovery.
My friends all died in the trenches. It's shameful enough to be alive with these stupid scars. I don't want my children to see me like this.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Got another hit. Tell me about your family.
You told me before you
Tell
don't
me
want your
about your
children to see
family.
this. Do you have any other family?
My sister Agatha has raised me nippers since their mother
Me
died.
nippers.
Don't want them to look at me like this.
Sister respects
Your
you.
sister's not a child. I'm sure she has nothing but respect for a wounded soldier, and you are her brother.
You don't know my sister Agatha. She may be young, but she's all discipline and morality. If she ever found out what really happened...
Don't
She
tell her.
doesn't have to know.
She's a sly one, my sister. One day she'll find out the truth and knock 7 bells out of me.
A rat.
Nah,
A rat.
I'm better off here.
Your children.
How could children despise their father injured in the war?
What do you think? They saw me once. My poor angels left the room crying. They keep on having nightmares every week, my sister told me.
Oh. So sad.
Yeah.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Sean Hampton. He's leisuring.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You
Awful
remained
things.
perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The
It's
situation has
shite.
always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Wet boot boys. Pregnancy with this one dog. Who
Yeah.
leads the gang?
Who leads the gang
That's
now?
good.
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Nice. Both Digby. Both Digby. Has the gang been threatening you?
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Hey, hey! Shame on you. Wanted to see the fun cat. Why were you with Will Bishop's nasty little scale den?
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming
William
news about his
Sorry.
recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Ooh.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
It's the urchin. About my friendly barkeep.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Corruption.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really.
Evil.
Most men and women are just doing their best.
Evil.
And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Despair.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
What do you do?
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Priest.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
No magical token. Any friends?
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke. Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel,
Background
Mr.
noise. I
Hampton?
was like, what's that?
Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Hey. Mary Jones.
Time has lost its effect on me. But the suffering continues.
Can you read your stuff? Thank you. Garlic and wooden stakes.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
You're a vampire.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Hollow shell of flesh, man.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
That is very similar to Cotard syndrome.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is
I can't
who am
understand
delusional.
the concept of immortality. Have you seen him? You looked at his face?
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see.
Vampire.
Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
I got a gun. Dude.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm
Yeah.
curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Hey, change the thing. Settings. Comments. There. I'm gonna be able to see all of it. Oh, I unlocked it. Isn't it?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal
Nocturnal
activities.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. Daily.
Dorothy. She's like, where's the antiseptics? And I'm like, I haven't got them yet. Give me a hot minute. He was over here, but I don't actually remember. I could do Citizen Quest, because that's over here. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Just let me rummage through your trash. Rats. Don't see nothing. Taking the longest route because I went the wrong way. Whatever. What I got here? Sometimes you gotta look up. What? Let's get out of here. Child. A child. Stairs. Imagine that. I'm just gonna go back the way I came, or guess. Buckwell father. Bunny! She's very dead. Yep. I sprint. Nope. Not a sprint. It's gonna bother me. Hold on. No. Wait, yes? Gameplay. Controls. Let's tap better keys. Walk, jog, senses. Use it. Dodge. Hold to sprint. Okay. There we go. Poster. Join the ranks. King and country need you. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's dead. She's just sleeping. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Small bag of junk. Object: vampire activity. Hospital survey. Investigate. Ta-da. What you? Ah. Dun, dun, dun. What's the other mission here? So. Where are my like actual quests? Oh. I haven't talked to Chidana yet.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague. Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
I used to be a real doctor. A real boy. I used to be a real boy.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Why do you have to watch them?
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes to the hospital for pawned goods?
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Let's trade.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Goodbye. Runs off. You rummaged through the trash.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
I should investigate. Bludgeons one to death. What then? Open the trash can. Make a fucking bench. You just bumped into that one. It's fine. Dead. Trash. Just a lead plate in the trash, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of lead stuff left around in the city. Cute. Aw, Milton and Peppa. Here we are. The box. Bum, 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 bum. Gold Walk. Money. Money! A whole 5 cents. Wowie. Excuse me, sir, you shouldn't be here. This is a quarantined place. The area of the hospital is under quarantine.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
It is the influenza.
A whole 2 cents.
2 cents.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
What is called underground key. So. Hello? Ugh. Boom, boom. Gun. Extra swing in there, just in case. You know. I mean, yeah. There's like a full body print on the door.
Yep.
Smack. Can I go up to the 3rd floor? Ooh. Whoop. Excuse me, sir.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after me.
Please leave. Oh yeah.
It's locked, all right.
Cause of deaths, fast progressing pneumonia by virus-induced pulmonary consolidation, Spanish influenza.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Egregious error.
It's locked.
I see that. Thank you. Hello, sir. It's a restricted area. So this is a restricted area of the hospital. We don't appreciate squatters. Or squatting in the morgue. It's John Doe here.
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Oh. Oh. Pacifist run. Pacifist run. Rat blood. Red rat. It's like rat blood, but I know. But that doesn't give you XP though. It's blood. And then just the way you said it, red rat. Analyze. Formula. Already rich blood sample. Light. Sepsis, anemia, fatigue, colds, bronchitis, and pneumonia. Just don't have enough handle parts. Get this one. Is that a scalpel? A list. I don't know what that is. I have one, so. Steak and gun. Do I have to go back out? Why? There was like a faster way out. Hello? Hello? God. need ferrous tartrate. I thought I got all of it. Oh, it said you still needed ferrous tartrate. Sure I don't? I think I have to find it somewhere else. It's not in here. Ferrous tartrate I can just purchase. Sure. We'll find Chidana. Bitch! Where are you at? This way.
Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then sadly depart.
What? What?
Managing a train terminal. Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Such a pleasure.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Nope.
Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive. Sadly depart. I'm managing a train terminal, not a morgue.
Find some ferrous tartrate. It does say in the morgue, so I guess I'm going to the morgue. It's pointing elsewhere though. Just to the other entrance of the morgue for this. Yeah, just the morgue. Okay. Oh, we have a person watching us. Hello, person. Hello. Hope you like loading screens. Where? This way. 2 people now. Get another one. Piss off. I'm just here for Ferrous tartrate.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Ferrous means iron based. Getting tired, so we may cut this short. So we can do dinner and set up stuff. Maybe do some makeup for Halloween. It's my stomach. Candy. A rat, bat, or a cat? I think it's a cat. No, that's a rat. Sure? Yeah. It's a cat. It's gonna keep 2 years. The cats they sit upright. Oh. Trash. Look at that trash.
It's locked, all right. The flower's dying. It needs water.
Water. And yet you can't water it. Not yet. Craft a treatment for fatigue. Well done. Let's just go out. No, I can't go out the window yet. Da, da, da. Guilty? Someone? Anyone have a guilty heart? Secrets they'd like to share? No chill.
Another night of the glorious battalion. Reads me like a book. Good evening, sir.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Pressing matters? How pressing? A guilty heart! That's Chidana. What did you do, Chidana? I know what he's doing.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you.
That's stealing. That's stealing.
You see, no one has claimed your body, sir. So it would be such a to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir. And I thank you for your generous donation.
Beef. I don't really want to deal with that right now. Let's go talk to Swansea. Is this when he's doing the dramatic sit with the skull? I think so.
Please, yeah. Jonathan, come in.
God, I love him. It's dramatic.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body. Biology's penultimate frontier.
Penultimate.
The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your
titillating.
enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events.
Unalive, it's just
The
real
world's
life.
most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
For you and your weird undead fetish.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
We need each other.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady
She
Ashbury
doesn't look
is
very
in.
delicate. I wish they'd dressed her in a pretty dress or something. You know? Yeah. Would fit her character a lot better. No, they're like, put her in pants and a really shitty looking coat that she doesn't button all the way. She buttons the top of the coat. Yeah. You're like, ugh. Give me something. Alright, let's do a little save. Or wait, do I have to do saves like that? I don't. I can never recall. Yes, I think so. It's an autosave game. I can never remember. Where? Kyle's. Physical prowess. And this one too, if I can. Yeah. Increase your life. Yeah. Cool, 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 cool. And we'll call it that because I'm tired and I have things to do.